Okay, Mitch here, Alberta Alpine, Swix Tech Talks. I'm now going to wax my ski. I just want to show you with the Swix wax charts here. At the bottom of each package, you'll see a little iron icon. And on that icon, you can see that the temperature rating that I need to wax this wax in is at 110 degrees. And it'll vary with my waxes. So you have to pay particular attention to that. If the wax is smoking, that means it's contaminating, not helping the base glide better. So it's really contaminating your glide, not enhancing your glide. So we want to make sure that the wax doesn't smoke. Stick to that recommended temperature rating which is on the wax. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take the wax that I'm going to use, take my iron. You can see that on the iron on the digital screen here, I'm set to 110 degrees Celsius. I'm going to take this iron, because I used a different wax last time, I'm just going to make sure that I clean the surface of the iron off, making sure that there's no dirt, and also to removing that old wax. So that means that I'm not going to have a smoking plate here. There's many different ways to do this next little maneuver, but I like to draw a line down both sides of the ski. So I hold the wax right on the surface of the iron, right on the plate, and while I start dripping the wax on, I'm drawing a line down one side and kind of beat it on. Sometimes I'm better, I just draw a nice line. And tip to tail. One thing I like to do is make sure that my wax is not around any dirt or anything like that, so I like to always put it back where it belongs. Now, because I drew two lines here, instead of putting my iron down on the P-tex or actually on the base itself, I'm going to be putting it on wax. So that's why I draw two lines. I start smearing the wax into the ski base. I take it right to the tip. I'm going tip to tail and edge to edge here. I loosen up the middle of the ski and I allow that ski to flex, which I'll show you in a minute what happens to the ski. So you just want to keep the iron moving, and we're just trying to melt this wax to a liquid form so that it gets introduced to the base. So the iron just keeps moving. And one last pass here, tip to tail. I just do a slow. And we'll let that ski set. I'll be back in a minute. Okay, hi there, it's Mitch again. This is a continuation from our waxing process. So after I wax a ski, how I know that the ski is ready, and I've used the iron on the ski enough, it was about 3 to 4 minutes. But you can see how that ski, it's flat, but even almost a reverse camber, if you will. So like it's a little higher in the middle than it is on the tip and tail. So hopefully you can see that. So that ski is good to go. It's quite warm. We're going to take this ski now and I'm going to show you how to scrape, and then we're going to brush it again. I'm taking my wax, I'm going to put it away. I'm going to take my Swix scraper. This is a 5mm scraper, and so with this scraper I like to keep it nice and sharp. This is a manual plexiglass scraper. I'm going to show you something quite clever in a second. So that's a nice little gizmo because it keeps that scraper nice and sharp. So I'm going to button down this middle vise, making sure that the ski is stable. I'm going to take this scraper and I'm basically just using the scraper in a way that I'm peeling the wax off the base. Start at the tip, it really accumulates there a lot. So just keep moving it down the ski. You don't want that wax falling on the floor or on the bench. I'm going to take it right down to the trash can. So I got most of the wax off the base. Flip that up on the sidewall. Clamp down one side. I take this part of the scraper and I just peel off the wax that's on the sidewall. I use a medium Fibertex to clean the sidewall now. Get rid of all that debris. You don't want any wax accumulated on the sidewall whatsoever. Sidewall's got to glide too. Flip that around to the other side. Et voila. Next we'll go to texturing the wax to the structure of the base. Thank you. Hi everyone, it's Mitch Connor here for Swix Tech Talk and Alberta Alpine newsletters. I'm here today to show you how to texture the wax to the structure of your ski. The primary function that we're going to do here is increase the glide aspects of this ski and really minimize the friction between the snow surface and the base. I have two different types of brushes and I got a secret weapon brush. But first of all, I used a somewhat warm wax last time, so I'm using a soft brass brush to start by brushing here. You'll notice again that I drew an arrow on this brush, so the brush travels only one direction its entire life. This brass brush is soft, it is wrapped by nylon bristles as well. My ski is clamped down, the wax is scraped off. I'm going to be doing that same technique that I did for freshening the ski, but now I'm putting a little bit more elbow grease into this. It's the front of the brush goes in with lots of pressure and then I just flick it with the heel of the brush towards the trash can. Because this is a video, I'm using this brass brush one time, but you should use that 5 to 6 times, and then move into a soft bristle nylon brush. It's kind of like a synthetic horsehair. Again, there's an arrow drawn on there. I'm going same action, and this kind of buffs the ski a little bit more. You can start seeing the structure pop, and it starts to look really vibrant. Again, this is video, so that's only one pass, but I'd like 10 passes on there. The rectangle brushes are great. They fit in your tuning kit. On the ski hill in the start area, these oval brushes are really great, but you can also, they cover more ski surface at one time and a bit more of a machine. Some people swear by the oval brush. They're a little bit more money, but they do provide a little more stability in your hand. They got a nice Velcro strap here, so if you have big or small hands, they fit. My secret weapon, and I guess if you have a lot of children in your family that are racing, you're going to want something like this. So this is our roto brush. I've got a nylon brush here on the drill. When I do the roto brush, I like to reverse till and at a higher speed. With this gizmo, you don't have to apply too much pressure. Just let the brush do the work. I would suggest doing this a couple times versus the 10, 15 times here. So this is a great tool if you need time. More efficient. At the very end of this whole process, my ski is looking very good. I don't see much wax left on the ski, but now I want to buff the ski. So I'm going to take my brush again, and this is a Fibertex buffing pad. So almost like shining a shoe. That's what I want the base to look like. It's a nice set of loafers. And lots of elbow grease here. Those roto brushes, you can also get a fleece buffing pad too, which does speed up this process. It's beautiful, nice and shiny. So what I like to do for the test of this, you can see a beautiful structure there. Really nice and shiny, that's what you want it to look like. And I'll do my water drop test. See if it rolls down that ski. Ooh la la. Perfect. See you next time.